they started doing things in different ways in terms of the way that they got paid and the way that their access to the university and email and things like that was managed. And basically, I think from the tutor's point of view, though, they simply didn't like having to do something different. They wanted to just keep doing what they'd always done without having to think about it, and the thought of having to find the time to learn a new system or to do something differently, just they were a bit resistant to that, and you just have to kind of try and persuade them that it's a mixture of saying, well, I'm sorry, it's been imposed on me from on high, it's not my fault, we're all in this together, so we'll just have to kind of, get on with it and do it. And I'll, just sort of chipping them along and say, look, it's really not that bad, and, somebody will give you a hand to get this set up for the first time, and then after that it will be easier, and, all this kind of thing. I mean, currently, I haven't been involved in it so much because somebody else runs the diploma now. When we moved over to my Aberdeen in the completely virtual environment, and, and some of the tutors like it. They love the idea that they can get all the stuff online, put their comments on and some of them just absolutely hate it. So, you just have to kind of deal with that. It's always going to be the same.
So that kind of aversion to change that you've witnessed with the tutors, is that a characteristic that you've noticed that a lot of people have within this this environment, or not particularly? Is it very much varies from person to person?
I think it pretty much varies from person to person, yeah. And I think, again, it depends on the kind of changes and also how well they're explained and the reasoning behind it. If people accept that change is necessary for a good reason, I think, you tend to get a lot less resistance. And even if people have just put in a bit of time doing it, they'll be much more accommodating than if they think that they haven't been consulted or they haven't been listened to, or it's just a bad idea, or, whatever.
And out of interest, those tutors, did they eventually see the logic behind the need for the change, or did they kind of resist all the way?
Some of them resisted all the way, and one or two of them just said, "Oh, can't be bothered, get to grips with this, we're just going to resign." In which case you think, "Okay, well, fine, that's a shame, but that's the way that it is." And in a sense, it's better for everybody than having this ongoing battle. Quite often, especially, as I say, with the electronics, some of them actually realised that it did improve things, even though they didn't think that it would in the first place. And so they then became quite happy with it and quite adept. Some people still weren't particularly happy, but they just accepted it had to be done and just got on with it. So, again, it's really a mixture of reactions, I think.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, aside from the kind of the protesting and the kind of some of the more passive types of resistance that you've witnessed, is there any other kind that you've seen at all during major change initiatives, or?
I can't. No, I mean, I can't really think of anything beyond what I've said.
Okay. So, have you noticed any kind of correlation between when senior leadership take a more collaborative approach and the levels of resistance that they have? Or again, is there kind of no correlation at all, and it just depends on what change it is that they're driving, regardless as to the level of consultation?
So I don't know, probably again it's maybe just a little bit of both, but I think generally there probably is less resistance the more collaboration, consultation there is. Because as I say, I think people might still take the view that they don't like the result, but if they feel as if they have been fully involved in it, and most people will take the view, well, at the end of the day, that is their decision, and just get on with it. So there probably is less resistance, I suppose, if there is more collaboration and consultation, I think.
And how about yourself? Do you consider yourself someone who's naturally adverse to change, or someone who's kind of, you're totally up for it kind of thing?
It depends. The lawyers will always answer you with it depends. But I think, there are some developments which I think are really good developments, and I'm very happy to try and go along with these and do my best to help implement them, and even to sell them to people who are not necessarily sold on them. I think there are other things, again, you see, if you've been somewhere long enough, been here for 25 years, you get to the stage where you think, well, I've seen that before, probably several times, and it didn't work the first time. or the second time, and it's probably not going to work.